touch it, touch it, touch it.
Tell me what your policy.
Touch it, touch it.
Hear your body calling me.
Touch it, touch it, touch it.
Let me know if I ain't supposed to.
Touch it, touch it.
Cause I really wanna put my hands all over you.
Touch it,
ooh,
touch it,
yeah.
touch it.
You don't need no privacy.
Touch it, touch
I
it.
can hear your body calling me.
Touch it, touch
Yeah.
it, touch it.
Let me know if I ain't supposed to.
Touch it, touch it.
Cause you made me wanna put my hands all over you. Monday night is come. We're all here at Magic, looking for the fun. I've got lemon pepper wings and some Casamigo, but it's you I want. Rollies and Paddocks will tell you who has it. They just be fucking for status. I don't want nobody, man, baby, I need the baddest. As soon as I see you, the vibe's automatic. Got a little more ass than I'm used to. Gotta throw a couple dollars before I lose you. I be moving like a #1 fan. All I really wanna know now is can I
Touch it, touch it,
touch it? Tell me what your policy.
touch it, touch it.
Hear your body calling me.
Touch it, touch it, touch it.
Let me know if I ain't supposed to.
Touch it, touch it.
Cause I really wanna put my hands all over you. I know you be acting like you fuck with niggas you don't. I hope that's not what's going on. Hope there's not some other guy that you'd rather be on. Stay with me for another song. Rollies and Paddocks will tell you who has it. They just be fucking for status. I don't want nobody, man, baby, I need the baddest. As soon as I see you, the vibe's automatic. Woo, cause I already chose you. Pour another shot of that liquor, let's make a toast to the fact that we'll be leaving together like we're supposed to. And every minute that we're together, I'm getting close to you.
Touch it, touch it,
touch it. Tell me what your policy.
touch it, touch
I can
it.
hear your body calling me.
Touch it, touch
Let
it,
me know if I ain't supposed to.
touch it.
Cause I really wanna put my hands all over you.
Touch
You,
touch it, touch it,
you don't need no privacy.
touch it, touch
I can
it.
hear your body calling me.
Touch it, touch
Yeah.
it, touch
Let
it,
me know if I ain't supposed to.
touch it, touch it.
Cause you made me wanna put my hands all over you. I hear your body, yeah. I hear your body talking. I hear your body, yeah. I hear your body talking. I hear your body, yeah. I hear your body talking. I hear your body. I hear your body talking. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Touch it, touch it, touch it,
Tell me what your policy.
touch it, touch it.
Hear your body calling me.
Touch it, touch it, touch
Let
it.
me know if I ain't supposed to.
Touch it, touch it. Touch it, touch it, touch it. Touch it, touch it. Touch it, touch it, touch it. Touch it, touch it. Touch it, touch it, touch it. Touch it, touch it. Touch it, touch it. Touch it, touch it.
Right. Hello, peeps. Happy Saturday. It's High Priestess Jamila. Y'all ready? Because we already in the pre-shadow phases of this Saturn retrograde. I am so excited. I am so excited. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. But this is really impromptu, honestly, and I won't be here long because I'm just going to like hit it up real quick, make my point. What I say don't need to be really said over and over again. But first of all, I want to kind of vent a little bit about how YouTube allows people that you've hidden from your channel and blocked because you just don't jive with them. You really have no real alignment with them. They're not supposed to be in your timeline. Okay, they're already blocked from Facebook and the rest of your social media. For some reason, YouTube is kind of behind because these people can still tag you in posts. And that's kind of crazy. Like, YouTube needs to upgrade that. Really, what YouTube needs to do, honestly, is disallow people from watching your channel that you've blocked, in particular their IP address, because I think that it actually will work in reverse. I think that if people are not actually able to watch you, that it will lessen their obsessive behavior over you if they can't see you. Because, see, there's some adults that can't control themselves and their emotions. So those people don't really need to watch you. But anyway, so I log in to my other channel, which I have every right to do. We all have the right to have a YouTube channel, especially if we have the rights to the internet. But even though I think that some people, the behaviors that they have displayed on the internet, and they and like literally there should be a time limit. Like, if they continuously display really, really toxic behavior on the internet, that it should be denied of them to even access the internet, which is why people that are in jail don't have access to the internet, supposedly, even though they can get phones in there and internet. People can sneak stuff to them. But, we all have the right to have our YouTube channels. I don't know anybody. So I guess you could be delusional and think that you can deny somebody's rights of having a YouTube channel and putting up a freaking video or content to their channels that has nothing to do with you, that's unrelated to you. Even if it is related to anybody else, if it's somebody on here, I usually have something intelligent that makes sense to say, which when I logged into that account is what led to this discussion. People, like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I don't like to talk to people that are too mentally ill, unintelligent, or lack morals. I don't like your energy. I'm very sensitive. I'm an empath. I don't want to talk to people that don't have good sense. I don't want to hear from you. Your energy stinks to me. It's disgusting. It smells bad. It feels bad. And you just, but I guess YouTube is eventually going to fix that little glitch, because ever since they found out they could tag people in posts, they just tagging all day. It's weird. If somebody has said to you, hey, I don't want anything to do with you, you don't go to YouTube, the one place, the only place, because once you block somebody from Facebook, unless you go behind a troll account, people that are stalkers typically don't understand that when somebody says, hey, I don't want to talk to you. Me and you don't mesh. We're not on the same path. They don't understand that you don't go to YouTube and tag them in posts all day. For some reason, they don't get that that is a form of internet stalking and harassment. If you've already told that person, I want nothing to do with you or y'all, but it is what it is. I guess they feel like they gonna force you to have something to do with them. They feel that way, doesn't make it reality. But I ran across this post. I can't remember when it's from because I do try to ignore and understand. And you know what? It's a lot of people that lack empathy sometimes. A stalker, when you ignore them, they're going to do something outlandish to get your attention. That's what they do. Main thing that they love to do is make up lies and smear campaigns about people. They either want your attention, your clout, or to steal your shine and your joy. Trust and believe I know that, because on a regular basis I do healing and I do a reclaim of the joy. And it's funny how when you reclaim your joy in particular, you don't even have to say nothing. You don't even have to say nothing. And for some reason, I don't know why they pick up on it. I don't know why they can't just, I don't know, figure out planetary alchemy and connect to the sun. You would think that they would eventually learn that, but since some people have no way of elevating themselves and they are literally empty cedars, crown chakra closed, no intelligence, goodness gracious. So anyway, I log into my other account because for some reason it's been necessary for me to have several YouTube channels instead of just one. Because people lack basic respect, and you know what? It's disgusting and it's shameful for any indigenous person to be attacked out in the open and anybody be okay with it. Like, it's not okay to do that to anybody. I show respect for all races of people. But for somebody to do that to an indigenous person, it should definitely be frowned upon completely. And it should never be anybody's entertainment. That's disgusting. That's why I'm excited for the next 4 months to come and beyond. People that do that lack morals. And trust me, they not winning nothing. That's disgusting to do that to any indigenous person. But to no avail on YouTube, for some reason, this is deemed as okay, as well as trying to force your religion upon people. We're not going to get into that. Okay. Okay. So I log into this account and somebody with literally I mean, I'm talking about not even smarter than a fifth grader, post this picture of Lilith, again tagging people in posts. Goodness gracious. Oh, goodness gracious. God help us all. God help us all with the dumbed down people of society. So that picture of Lilith that's in the thumbnail, that is simply an artist's depiction of Lilith, which I actually have always liked that photograph of Lilith. Lilith is actually a very beautiful woman, witch, demon, deity, angel. She's actually very beautiful. However, whoever drew that picture of Lilith wanted to display her demonic side, her scary side. You know, the side of her that comes out when you mess with her babies. You know, the side of Lilith that comes out when she's defending the honor of women and children. You know, that rage when actually in reality people are lying on you and demonizing you. So I've been talking about Lilith for the longest, how she actually is a savior of women and children, and they lied on her and said that she did it. You know, people are very serious about when they need to demonize somebody and lie on them when they know damn well they're in the wrong. Why would Lilith need to eat her own children when she gave birth to them? Obviously, if she had the power to give birth to her children, she would need not to do that. But that's just like when it comes to the god Cronus, who we're actually dealing with today. You know, the god of time. Somebody drew a picture of Cronus that is misinterpreted by many. I understood it, even though that photograph of Cronus is very disturbing. You still have to understand that deity. Things that you don't understand, you don't need to speak on. So this person posts this picture and says, oh man, this is who Jamila worships, which Lilith doesn't have us worship her. Like, that's funny to her. This is who Jamila worships. This evil looking thing. Oh man, you better protect yourself from that. Wow. Wow. You know what Lilith is doing? Lilith is defending the women and the children that these evildoers attack constantly, either by trying to conjure spirits that they feel will hurt, harm, or kill, or either energetically, women and their children. Why is it that these people lack intelligence enough to understand that you cannot just attack innocent people and not expect someone to defend themselves? Like, did you really believe that all of us would follow the Bible? Yes, Lilith is the antidote. She is, because she doesn't follow that and she doesn't force anybody to. You know, she has male followers too. So, was there any time or any moment in time where you felt that all of us would lay down and simply take it and not fight back, and you're supposed to just easily attack people? Or did you not have an understanding that the people that you try to invade and attack have every right to defend themselves? Are you really that weak, lost, and pointless to the point where you think that while you're in your dumb confusion, very confused, totally confused, that the people that are the targets of your confusion are supposed to just sit back and allow you to attack them? Yeah, I invoke Lilith today. Yeah, hail Lilith. Hail to the goddess. Hail to Lilith, Hecate, Santa Muerta. What's another one? Aradia or Aradia, however you pronounce her name. What's another one that we're gonna give praise to today? Uh, Kalima. Hail to all of those goddesses. Hail and welcome. And you know what? She's very intelligent and knows what is needed to save mankind, which is her babies. Hail to Mother Earth Gaia. While y'all try to incite these Bible verses to close off people's crown chakras, to do what? To keep us in darkness. You know what? Lilith is our light. She's one of the many manifestations of our light during that darkness, and not just the divine feminine, but the divine masculine, Hermes, Aries, Cronus, sometimes even Loki. For some people, what's some more? Poseidon, Apollo, Zeus, Shiva. Yeah, there's a light. Lucifer, the light in the darkness that y'all try to pull the world into. Because for some reason, you don't understand that we're in a different time. It's okay. It's okay. You know what? None of us have to be afraid of you. Yeah, we have a higher level of understanding, which is pure love. While you try to create pain and suffering, the goddess heals. While you try to damage our brains as much as yours is damaged. Yeah. So, you know what? Let me tell you something. Also, another thing, stop. Here's the thing. Why do you lack the skills of critical thinking? Why do you want everybody to think in simple terms like you? Why are you fighting a deity that is not just trying to save and help women and children, but you as a male as well? Oh man, you need protection from that. From life? From you need to be protected from life? Are you a part of the anti-natalists? Are you running with that crowd? You know, the doomsdayers, the Jim Jones types, to where you got extremely low self-esteem. You was born and for some reason now you're ready to die. Did something happen that depressed you to the point where you haven't gotten over it and now you have to come to YouTube and try to spread all that to other people instead of going and finding yourself doing some soul searching? What's happening with that? You expect all of us, wait a minute, all of us to make up for your shortcomings? Hey, Unicali, when are you gonna move on with your life and stop being a fraud, falsely flagging, saying things we know are not true, trying to convince us to give up and not have any kind of positive outlook for our futures, and just in general to just be stupid? That's so stupid to me. And you know what? There are many, many, many photographs of Lilith on the internet. Why'd you choose the one that made her look the most scary? You know why? Because you thought that you could manipulate someone with fear. I remember, I will never forget how Lilith saved my life. I will never forget. And you know what? Even though I've went through hard times since then, you know what? I would never lose faith in any of the deities that I have worked with because they did a damn good job. In spite of the literally a woman, I am 5'4" and standing. I know I have a very powerful voice, and for some reason, because of my energy, I make you tremble inside. But I'm a 5'4" woman. Literally, I'm a woman and a mother, and I literally had to face thousands of people multiplied by three attacking me. Hell, Lilith, basically trying to like do the most harm, and then you want to try to shame people and like, what is wrong with what is wrong with people these days to repeat the same thing over and over again? Your mission is already failed. You know, Lilith understands, especially for some reason, High Priestess Jamila, for some reason, people become obsessed with me and don't want to let me go. It's so bizarre. It's like they want to own me. That thank God, thank the goddess for the goddess, because the goddess gave birth to herself. Thank the goddess because, can you imagine without her? I mean, it was almost like, because I stand in front of my children, I don't let nobody attack my babies or my loved ones. But it was almost like they were trying to tear me apart from limb to limb. No, I'll take the head, I'll take the eyeballs, I'll take the throat, I'll take the arms, I'll take the legs. Yeah. And then the sexual weirdness and obsession. The sexual abuse. It's disgusting. And like I said, okay, it will always be a shame, 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 shame on you. And it's not going to ever be accepted as quote unquote entertainment. This is disgusting, especially when a woman tells you, hey, don't talk to me like that. So it just is what it is. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get this healing done today. I've already did the rest of my work today. I got to get some healing done. I think I'm gonna eat something and lay down before I start that though. Thank the gods. Thank God for the people that made sure that, because a lot of these other people, to me, it just seems like they're looking for death and destruction. They're depressed and sad. Yeah, I seen that shit the other on the show. That woman is an empath on the wrong channel. Who? Yeah, it's disgusting. And you know what? I don't. You know what? That very same behavior. What people like that do, either they're doing that crap in real life, or either they think that they can come to the internet and do it, and it's not a crime because they're doing it on the internet. But in reality, it's just as disgusting, no matter where they're doing it. Sorry about that, y'all. I think that my internet went out. I really, really hope that Lilith continues to rip them apart. Unicali, there are some women that are so desperate for attention that they enjoy that, and they are cursed by the goddess, especially when their sexual fantasy or something. It's like, for me, I don't have great fantasies. I don't want to be mistreated like that by anybody. That doesn't turn me on. So a lot of the world is split and divided because there's some women who just enjoy being defiled. I never would. So a man defiling me is goddamn cursed, and he better know. He better know that I don't play that crap. He better know it. There are some people that have these dark fantasies. I don't have dark fantasies. All of those dark fantasies, masochism, sadism, all of them are in the DSM as mental illnesses for a reason. And this type of demented behavior is just disgusting. It's something that I would never allow in my household around my children. Getting a woman to consent is one thing, but I think that constant certain things that are being done on a constant basis, I think that a lot of people need to realize that this is dysfunction and this is going to hurt you, is going to hurt everybody else. I'm sorry. I like to live in peace. I like my utopia. I like my pleasure. I like my respect especially when it comes to men, respect flowing in synergy, not anything demeaning. I believe that men need women and women need men, and there needs to be respect. All that other stuff is like chaos and manipulation that is causing inflammation. So that's why I'm gonna get out of here and do some healing. Uh, we blocking out all of that brain damaging stuff. A lot of these people, a lot of people don't understand the malignancy of it all. It's causing cancer. It's causing brain cancer. It's causing tumor. And you know what? All of us have the right to protect ourselves from that negative energy. And people should know that it's there. You should be aware and closing your crown, your crown, or your third eye. Or it doesn't mean that it's not there. You know what I mean? So it's ridiculous, and you know it's very demented. Like hills have eyes. Just I mean, you can't be pissed off at the internet that the internet does expose us to people like that, but people like that need to realize that they are not in good company, and they need to quit trying to force that on people. And it's like it is ick. And then women that sit back, and I love to see this because I'm jealous and envious, and I just like to see a woman get abused. Like what? Like wow, like because when I first woke up this morning, what I was thinking about was what I was going to cook today. And I actually forgot to get some garlic because I want to make some garlic confit. And I wanted to make like this salad that has like it's got like cucumbers, red onions. I think it's not goat cheese. It's some other type of cheese. And I wanted to make that particular sauce to go over like some potatoes. and some chopped up Polish sausages, and just make like a skillet. You know what I'm saying, is what I wanted to make today. And so that's what I thought about this morning. When I first woke up this morning, what I thought about was what I needed to do as a woman and a mother. And no woman or mother ever would need to wake up in the morning and say, I need to go on the attack, and then claim and try to project that. Well, this morning when I woke up, the first thing I thought about was my children, my grandchildren, and the people that I heal and protect, and what sustenance and nutrition. I wasn't thinking about creating death and destruction and doing harm to anybody. There's nobody in this world that is worth me throwing my life away for, especially when I'm intelligent enough. When I'm intelligent enough to do better. You see what I'm saying? So, for me, if I'm ever deviated away from that, then that lets me know, okay, let me handle this and take care of this, because all I'm trying to do is make us. And then there was a summer salad that I saw too. It's a summer cucumber salad that I wanted to make, and I just wanted to see my family, the people that I love, and my friends and my clients be healthy and happy and joyous today. And I wanted people to be well informed, because tomorrow Saturn will be going into retrograde. And I think that a lot of people need to be careful, because a lot of people that have been stuck in the past, trying to use the past, especially if you got over, okay, you was able to manipulate some people in the past, but why are you bringing that back up? The people that you tried to manipulate from the past have moved past that and forgiven and forgot and grown since then. So, like, yeah, no. What does it mean when you start working with Lucifer and he reveals himself to you as the Christianity version of him? I don't really understand what you mean by that. I don't really understand. Lucifer, Satan, Lilith all existed before Christianity. So I don't really, I can't answer that question. All I can say is that those deities, Lucifer, Satanus, Lilith, existed before Christianity was created. Christianity is actually a man-made religion. Okay. I don't really like to talk about Christianity because I have a lot of Christians on here, people that use the Bible a lot. I don't really like to speak about that because they are not accepting of my I don't want to say opinion of it, and it just starts a whole bunch of crap that, to be honest with you, is not worth it. It's not worth it. I've said it. I've talked about that a lot, about how sometimes it seems like it's either, I'm not even, I can't even get into it. I'm sorry. I can't get into it because I've said it. I have an inability to keep repeating things that I've said already. I can't stand that because it's non-consequential. It's non, the whole Christianity thing versus being pagan. It's not a thing for me. I understand that there are some Christians that are obsessed with the idea of converting people to Christianity, and I think that that's a huge mistake. I think that just that action alone creates hatred and imbalances that don't even need to be there. Because I think that people should respect other people's rights of choice, and understand that I think that everybody has in their individual relationship with the Most High. And I don't think that it's a mistake. I think that your path is your path. You know what I mean? It feels very unnatural. And I think that it creates more problems for people. And it always has historically proven to cause more problems for people. And then let's face it, Christianity was created by kings who wanted to have control over the masses. And the revolution already happened lifetimes ago. You know, this revolution. One of the movies that kind of talks about this, and I know that this is kind of off, would be that movie with Drew Barrymore called Ever After. It is a lot of innuendos in that movie that kind of talks about what I'm saying as far as, you know, the revolution of things. And I think that people these days have a choice. I think slavery is a choice, and if you have decided that you are going to be enslaved in your mind, body, and spirit to anything, that should be your decision to make alone, and it should not be projected to anybody. You know what I mean? If you've decided, well, I want to follow and I want to, I want to obey what somebody else is telling me, even though it's causing me a lot of pain and suffering. Okay. Just, I believe that Lucifer being the light bearer is always there when people decide to make a better choice. You know, and if people can't understand that, I think you would truly have to walk in the shoes of a woman, or the journey of the divine feminine, which has throughout history has been besieged over and over again by the evils. And it hasn't just happened to women, it's happened to men. um I can't remember he was a king, and it's a story about it. He went crazy one night. He was obsessed with his wife. He married her. He was obsessed with her. But one night he, in a rage, kicked her in her stomach while she was pregnant. And it killed her. Of course, killed the baby too, but killed her. And he was in a despair about what he did. But what he ended up doing was, years later, he found a man that had a striking resemblance to the wife that he killed. And he actually took this man as a prisoner, castrated him, and forced him to play the role of his deceased wife. I'll try to remember because I can't remember the king's name. I'll post it to my wall. I'll try to, if I remember it when I'm done here. It was a very interesting story. So we're not talking about just the negative effects on women. We're talking about how men have been affected too. I can't remember. I don't know why. Well, of course I can't remember his name because it was interesting. It's in recorded history what he did. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll make a video about it. And I was thinking about making a video about that one guy named Caligula too. So, but anyway, yeah. So anywho, that's pretty much it, you guys. I'm gonna say it straight up and down that there are some people that socially, you know, socially people, that people don't want to be associated with you socially, and that is the reason why. And I refuse to allow anybody to project their crap to me. Is my whole point of the situation, and that's honestly what we have every single day. But and I'm just asking for everybody to be mindful and to be empathetic, because I'm gonna tell y'all something. What I've noticed is that stalkers and gang stalkers, the one thing that they will do to their target is they will get people to gaslight them. For some reason, when somebody every single day does the same thing repetitively, right? Does the same thing repetitively. For some reason, there are some people that become programmed that will all of a sudden, instead of seeing the stalker that's doing this over and over again every single day, instead of leaving that person alone, people will start to judge the person that they're stalking. And there was actually this guy over in the UK that they finally put in jail. They finally put this maniac in jail. He literally stalked this woman, was so obsessed with her, right? Maybe I'll make a video about this. This happened in real life in the past 20 years. So it's very recent. This man over in the UK was stalking this woman. He somehow contacted her family, caused a lot of problems in her family. Her family pretty much, and that's sad. I would like, I don't know, maybe it's because there are a lot of people that lack loyalty and intelligence as well. But this man was able to cause a lot of problems and manipulate her family, literally stalking this woman on the internet for years, for like 10 years. And finally, after some stuff had happened, uh, they was able to put him in prison. And lo and behold, he got out on bail. He was on bail and awaiting trial. And when he got out on bail, he continued to stay focused on stalking this woman. Needless to say, he's in prison, and they gave him 20 years for that because they were monitoring him. He was not supposed to be doing that, and he couldn't even stop stalking her while he awaited his trial for stalking her. And I think it's sad that people that go through that, for some reason, the people that are being stalked, there are some people that will begin to gaslight and actually start seeing the target as being the problem. That's just that's just weird to me. And see, I'm never confused. I'm never confused. There's some people that get confused. And of course, a malignant narcissistic stalker wants to gaslight their target. And they want people to look at it like, well, just let them stalk and do whatever they want to do. No, they can't just do that. So and that's what I said. All stalkers, people that have done stuff, until there is justice, they will never have any peace. Until there's justice, there will be no peace. If somebody done told you to leave them the hell alone, just leave them alone and go away. You know what I mean? So that's and I'm forgiving of people that have done that, because that's exactly what the stalkers want. That's exactly what they want. They want to be able to stalk. They're going to make up some kind of smear campaign to justify the stalking. And they want people to be accepting of it. They want everybody to just look at it like it's nothing, and it is something. It's something that needs to stop, cease, and desist. A person that doesn't want anything to do with you, or has asked you to leave them alone, they should not have to wake up in the morning and see you tagging them in posts. And when are we going to stand up as a society against people like that and say, wait a minute, hold on. This person that has every right to have their social media, why should you have to leave social media because of that? Because that's exactly what the stalker wants. Don't the stalkers don't get what the hell they want? And I want to make sure they don't get nothing that they want. Nothing. Because you're like a child to me throwing a temper tantrum. Not a good child, not a child that should get what they want, but a demented not demonic, because calling them demonic is actually a compliment. Demented. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so as a society, when we know better, we'll do better. And I think that one case where that man just got shot in Vegas is the epitome of what we're talking about. No stalker has rights to just stalk somebody every day. And people should not ever look at them as entertainment or roles anyway. They try to set up. So I would never be programmed like that. I'm never entertained by any of it. In fact, I'm getting ready to get off of here and I'm getting ready to watch The Labyrinth. Those are the types of things that I'm entertained by. Okay. I'm entertained by things that are actually entertaining. Sitting around like a demented loser, laughing at dumb stuff, things that are inappropriate to be laughing at. I would never do that. I would never laugh at the cruelty committed to a child. I would never laugh at the cruelty committed to a woman. There's a movie also, y'all, called I Spit on Your Grave. Y'all should check that out. The men in that movie that gang raped that woman are exactly the energy that they just like I don't like those people, and I can never be amused by anything that they do. Absolutely disgusting, disgraceful, the type of people that could carry that out. And they just look like roaches to me. I have no respect for them because I am repulsed. I'm actually repulsed. Now, uh, do I think that people in response to gang stalkers should gang stalk them back? No, I don't. But there have been a few times where the people that are gang stalking me, it amuses me when I see the same thing happening to them. But unfortunately, lowering yourself does no good because it's not going to change them. So why not stay above the fray and not play the same sick game that they play? Okay. I wouldn't even play the same game that they play. I would maintain my opulence and my purity and hold my head up high and say what, if I'm gonna say anything to them, I'm gonna talk to them like they got good sense. I'm not gonna lower myself to do the same exact thing that they're doing. You see what I'm saying? But I mean, if that does happen, I'm not saying that it's not just, but I still think that life is worth living, and taking your time, abiding your time. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something. This as we draw closer to midnight, the witching hour, what it's going to be all about, this Saturn retrograde, all throughout the summer, going all the way until the end of this year. I can tell you straight up and down that 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 Saturn is going to be screaming at us to abide our time and wasting time. So time wasters and people that are jumping in and out of people's timelines, I don't see good things happening for them. Just saying. I think that it's thrown off the balance of the earth, and I think that these people can't compete with the powers that are against them. They may be able to create some kind of temporary manipulation, or for me, they don't manipulate me at all. Can't no stalker, if they're saying something, make me feel bad ever, ever. Yeah, see, it's something about being an empath. When you develop your power, you don't allow stuff like that to get to you at all. You can't capture my mind, my body, or my spirit. Right. It's a way, Lonnie, that it's the reason why they do that. The reason why they say that they're being stalked is because that is a way of projecting and relieving themselves of any responsibility or accountability. But I can promise you that if you get up in the morning thinking about somebody that ain't thinking about you, and you posting stuff and tagging people, you're the stalker. You are most definitely the stalker. And being a stalker is not some kind of superpower. And you don't get honor. You get exactly what you get, and you don't throw a fit. You don't get honor and glory and dignity and respect if you're a stalker. Yeah, hiding around corners, watching your house popping up at your job. Well, yeah, that is, but there is a such thing as internet stalking too. And they do they have used swatting, and they do drop documents and things of that nature. So it's so yeah. So it's still bad, whatever it is, because they want to try to draw a conclusion and give their sick, twisted version of people's lives, that of which they don't have the right. Okay. That of which they don't have the right. They don't have the right to do that at all. Like, for example, I got a document, you filed bankruptcy. Well, that don't mean that my business filed bankruptcy. A business bankruptcy is chapter 11, I believe. Is it 11 or 13? No, 11. Oh, I'm going to drop a document. Well, if Donald Trump is able to file bankruptcy, why not me? Oh, I'm going to still give my lower than life opinion of you while I have a document. Oh, okay. Or just blatant flat out lies. Just let's make something up. And they fight for lies. They literally fight for lies and deception, which is nothing to be fighting over. Because even in their Bibles, it says that that's what, I ain't that one of the deadly sins? All right, hey, what I do is I put my loved ones in a bubble. I got my tea lights right here. I put my loved ones in a bubble of protection. Straight up and down, man. It's absolutely horrifying. It is dealing with people like that. And they seem to be on autopilot as well as empty seaters. Let's focus on the fact that a lot of them are empty seaters, which is a fact, which means that some kind of destructive force works through them and they don't have enough sense to even give a damn about themselves. They're not aware enough to even know why they're dumb and stupid the way that they are. I'm just telling you. Right. They're fighting for ignorance, not excellence. Trust me, if you've told a lie on somebody, it's easier to just admit to your mistakes. It's easier for you to admit that you were wrong than to keep a lie going. But you know, there are some people that apparently they don't have enough sense to understand that. And trust me, shortly after this Saturn goes into retrograde, Mercury will be going into retrograde as well. And I'm going to tell you, Mother Earth is tired of her resources being used when you could do something the simple is just telling the simple truth. That's all. Hey, Stefan, that's all you got to do is tell the truth. You know, instead of fighting against, you know, and but that's what comes with corruption. People that are corrupt like that. And they want other people to suffer for the stupid decisions that they made to lie on people. They want it to stick. They want it to stick to people. They want things that they want to create stigmas for people and social awkwardness and social discord that they want to stick. And that's what we should not tolerate as a society. Because I'm gonna tell you something. The buck stops here. They're able to get away with that with me. They're gonna get away with that with a lot of people. Okay. So nobody, you know, that particular, I think it's a social experiment and it's gonna always be a fail for them. They need to fail. They need to fail at that. That's awful. That's horrible. It's a very immoral thing to do. And I don't care what nobody says. Let me tell you something. I've had a great success of my business, my company, and my social media, and I never had to tell one lie on nobody, not once. And I ain't never had to stalk nobody. Okay. So, anywho, that's pretty much it, y'all. I gotta go. I've said my piece. I am gonna always hold down the moral compass. Can't nobody mess with my morals. I know who I am. And they shouldn't be allowed to be happy. You don't get any happiness, peace, and joy while you're doing the wrong thing every day on a daily basis. Sorry, not sorry. Okay. You're not going to be allowed to hurt people every single day. Nah. Okay. And a lot of them like to bring up the past because they like to try to to throw it back. They want to throw it back because they think that they can bring that into the current. No, no. No, no, you're not going to be allowed to do that. That's Saturn and Chronos. Look it up. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Stevan, we're doing some healing, you know, and these jackals, what they need is to not even be able to see us at all. They need to be in the total darkness because a lot of them can see and they'll be like, I can see that those people are happy over there. Like they need to just completely, because that's when they start up. I can't tell you how many times I've done healings and all of a sudden they'll start up. And then, of course, let's face it, they're being parasitic. They want to feed and they don't get nothing. You don't get nothing. You don't get no peace. You don't get no joy. You don't get nothing from us. Our miracles, only we will benefit. And I say, whoever I'm healing with my work and my blood, sweat, and tears that I put into it, you don't get nothing. Nothing. Bye. And they want something for nothing, and so that's why they're constantly trying to be in people's energy and consciousness. They want to be in your energy and consciousness. Okay. Anyway, y'all, I could talk about this all day and make sense because they'll say things like, she doesn't make any sense. To a stupid person, of course, I don't make sense. To somebody with next level brain damage like yourself, but to people that have good sense, I make perfect sense. And that's all that matters. Oh, God. And see, yeah, I'm going to flag. Let me get out of here. Yeah, I'm about to flag right now. Yeah, get your own content. That's another thing. Quit stealing people's content. This has nothing to do with you. And you know what? It's called a guilty conscience, is what it is. It's called a guilty conscience. But that's not going to stop what's going to happen. It's not, which is justice will prevail. Straight up and down. Thank you, Unicali. Thank you. Justice will eventually prevail. I'm going to also, because I made a video about this a few years ago, I'm going to also tell y'all about that stalker over in the UK that stalked that woman for 10 years. And what happened with that. Yeah. Yeah, he's irrelevant. He doesn't want to accept how irrelevant he is. Mm-hmm. He doesn't want to accept it. Okay, y'all. I'll see y'all later, though. Y'all have a wonderful day. Peace and blessings and love to y'all. Okay. Bye-bye.